As America marks the 40th federal observance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, the holiday dedicated to reflection and service finds itself at the heart of a national debate over the civil rights leader's true legacy. Against a backdrop of significant political change, communities and organizations are responding with heightened urgency, framing this year's commemoration not just as a celebration, but as a necessary act of reclamation and resistance. The tone of this milestone anniversary is distinctly shaped by the policies and rhetoric emanating from Washington. Since President Donald Trump's second inauguration coincided with King Day a year ago, his administration has pursued a systematic rollback of initiatives central to modern civil rights advocacy. Key actions include executive orders issued last year aimed at ending federal diversity, equity, and inclusion (DI) programs, which the administration labeled radical and wasteful. Symbolic shifts, such as the National Park Service's decision to replace free admission on King Day and Juneteenth with free days on Flag Day and the President's birthday, have been perceived by many as deliberate dismissals of racial justice commemorations. Recent events have intensified concerns. The fatal shooting of an unarmed Minneapolis woman by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, agents, coupled with President Trump's public comments characterizing the civil rights movement as harmful to white people, have left many fearing a regression from the social progress Dr. King championed. This political moment has sparked a fundamental debate about how Dr. King's vision should be interpreted and honored. Advocates like Brenda Haffer of the Heritage Foundation argue the holiday should focus solely on King's life and his dream of a colorblind society. They emphasize his famous plea for people to be judged by the content of their character and criticize the use of the day to rally around concepts like anti-racism as a rejection of King's true ambitions. In stark contrast, a coalition of organizations under the Movement for Black Lives has organized a Reclaim MLK Day of Action. They plan demonstrations in Atlanta, Chicago, and Oakland, asserting that King's radical legacy and fierce commitment to freedom are more relevant than ever in the fight against what they call a fascist regime. This division reflects a long-standing tension in interpreting King's work between a conciliatory, unifying orator and a determined, radical challenger of systemic injustice. The response on the ground has been a mosaic of adaptation, caution, and steadfast commitment. Some institutions have pulled back. Indiana University in Indianapolis canceled its 60-year-old annual MLK dinner, citing budget constraints, though student organizers expressed concern about broader political pressures. In Maine, a Catholic church canceled an MLK Day service due to unforeseen circumstances, with committee members citing safety concerns amid rumors of ICE activity. The NAACP, with myriad events planned nationwide, acknowledges the heightened fears in communities of color. Wisdom Cole, the organization's senior national director of advocacy, stated that people must now put their safety first, even if their government isn't, as they exercise their constitutional rights to protest. Many institutions proceed undeterred. The National Civil Rights Museum at the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, the site of King's assassination, is offering free admission as per its annual tradition. Museum President Russell Wiggin emphasized that this milestone year is about recognizing the people who continue to make his ideals real today. Civil rights leaders see the current struggle extending far beyond symbolic holidays. Maya Wiley, president of the Leadership Conference on Civil and Human Rights, argues the administration is actively trying to erase the movement King led. The fight, she notes, continues over the very issues King highlighted: healthcare access, affordable housing, good-paying jobs, and union representation. Maryland Governor Wes Moore, the nation's only currently serving elected black governor, offered a counter-narrative to the administration's stance, telling the AP that the civil rights movement represents America's striving to form a more perfect union. As parades, march, and service projects unfold across the country this MLK Day, the 40th observance carries a unique weight. It has become a flashpoint in a national conversation about racial justice, historical memory, and the direction of the country. Whether through quiet reflection, community service, or public protest, Americans are grappling with what it means to honor Dr. King's legacy not as a closed chapter of history, but as a living challenge to build a beloved community he envisioned, a challenge that feels more pressing to many than it has in decades.